There's a big mistake that women make in marriages that the Lord has been dragging me, in teaching me over the last couple of weeks. So sis, I'm gonna need you to grab a cup of tea because we're gonna share some uncomfortable truths. And I need you to have a warm beverage to sip on as comfort because it's about to go down. In the beginning, when God created Eve for Adam, he said and noticed the loneliness of Adam in the garden, that he did not have a helper suitable for him. Keyword suitable. And so he created Eve to be a suitable help. And the Holy Spirit asked me the question, in what ways have you been a suitable help for your Adam? And I was spinning because that was not something I even considered. Here's where the danger is. When we enter marriage as women, we usually come from households that, since we were young, at least in the African context, had been drilling in our heads, this is what a wife does, this is what a wife does. And your mom or your aunt or your grandmother, whoever raised you, would have taught you what is important, to serve your man on a tray, to cook and clean, to do all these things. But I'll give you a practical example that I had. When I got married back then, my ex-husband said to me, I don't care about the tray. What? He said, I don't care about the meals and the house is clean. That's not for me. And even though he said that, I still showed up doing those things because the tape in my mind was, this is what a good wife does. The danger of doing this is you show up doing all these things that society has taught you is necessary for your husband, but you don't stop to ask your husband, what matters to you, darling? How can I be a tailor-made solution for you? Because that's what we're created to do. We are created to be a suitable help. So start getting curious about how you are suitable and not just show up the way the textbook said to show up. Honey, this is the practical exam. And it's not about everything you were taught by people who are not your husband what to do. It's about asking your husband, hubby, how do I show up? It even went as far in my conversations with the Holy Spirit to realize that Eve did not have a mother to teach her wifedom. All right. Eve came in and had to look to Adam for directives as to how she should show up as a suitable help. But no, not us. We had mothers, we had aunts, we had grandmothers who taught us how to show up. And we give ourselves these badges of accomplishment, saying, I'm a good wife. But whose good wife are you? Because you're not married to your grandmother or your mother. You are married to this wonderful man of God. So start to look to him to figure out, how am I suitable for you? Because if you don't do that, you'll overexert yourself doing things and he will seem like he's underappreciating you. Not because he's being spiteful, but because those things don't matter to him. So start to find out what matters to my Adam. How am I suitable? How can I be a tailor-made solution for him? And that can only be determined and directed by Adam himself. And that's what I'm going to leave it at. And we can discuss this after you take a couple of deep breaths in the comments.